Your face always looks so interesting when we come on live.
That way, I mean, people just have to like.
What's up, y'all? Hey, hey, hey.
Questions, just keep putting them up so we ain't gotta go up and down.
Yeah, so I like to. What's going on? Hey, 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 y'all. What's today? Monday? Happy Monday. What's happening? So hopefully we won't get flagged on TikTok. Y'all, we get flagged on TikTok.
Just by saying hey.
Like,
so probably gonna flag this.
I have no idea why we get flagged so much on TikTok, because the stuff I've seen on TikTok, I'm like, how is this on TikTok? So I'm convinced they don't like positivity or something. They don't want y'all to grow. They just want y'all to learn how to cook, because, you know, y'all get y'all recipes off of TikTok. But anything that's going to help break this cycle of broken relationships and all that, TikTok don't want y'all to have that. So I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Can y'all still hear us on Instagram? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on TikTok? Hey, y'all. Just want to make sure y'all can still hear us. We forgot to put our phones on Do Not Disturb, so phone call came through. Can y'all hear us on? Can somebody let us know? Yes. Up. Okay. Perfect. Cool. All right. Say hey to the people, baby.
Hey, how y'all doing? I think this is like I think it's my wife's habit to say hey to the people, baby.
Yeah, say hey to the people. Because if I talk too long, then you be like, hey, I'm here. I'm here. Hey. I'm here.
What up? How y'all doing? All right.
All right. So welcome to Relationship Talk with the Lawrences. So let me go and tell y'all a secret. So I went to I got me some partials. Okay. So if I sound like I got a lisp, it's because I'm still getting used to them. Okay. Some of y'all ain't got y'all little back wisdom teeth. Yeah.
She talking about me.
You either got it. I wasn't even thinking about you.
I'm missing about 50 teeth.
I literally wasn't even thinking. A hit dog will holler, but I was not thinking about LaShawn.
I thought
but
about it.
I have. Let me show y'all. Hold on. We family, right? Let me show y'all. So I got a partial. They got these two little teeth, because I don't got no teeth on that side back there. So. Why you so quiet? You can say something. So, if I talk funny, you just got yours last week. Thank you, Daphne, because everybody quiet like they shame LaShawn.
Oh, well, I ain't got no teeth, so.
Somebody said that's so cool.
All she missing is 2 teeth. I'm missing about 11.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I do some part-time work with a dental office, and so I get all my dental work done.
Yeah, I can see
for free. So shout out to Dr. Stinball. Super dope, super dope. All right. So just to let y'all know, LaShawn ain't punched me in the mouth. I'm kind of talking with a little list because I'm getting used to this partial. So tonight we are talking about, y'all know every Thursday, we said we was going to do better this year. So every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be live doing relationship talk.
Mondays, relationship talk.
What I say?
On Mondays, and Thursdays it'll be Q&A. You say every Thursday we'll be doing.
It's been a long day, y'all. Yeah. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So Monday and Thursdays we live. Yeah. So tonight, first of all, let's do a check. Did y'all check out y'all be asking about the podcast? Our YouTube channel is where a bridge wouldn't have been much better, Miss KT, because I work at a dental office, okay? So on this side, I don't have a tooth connecting it, so that's why I couldn't do the bridge there. So we got to make sure we get all the information before we jump in on conversations. Love you. All right. So, have y'all checked out the podcast? So our YouTube channel, Lawrence Life Coaching, that's where we release our podcast. So every single, Tuesday, new video, and then in between you'll have videos. All right, so make sure you check out the one from last week. A new podcast episode will drop tomorrow. Drop tomorrow. All right, so we're talking about, we're going to share some things from our new workbook. You want to show them the workbook, baby?
Yes.
From our new workbook, Love Beyond Labels.
Right.
So if you don't have your copy, make sure you get it wherever books are sold. It's on Amazon. It's on our website, wherever it's at. So we're going to pull some. We talk a lot about communicating better with your partner in this workbook. And so I'm going to let Sean kick us off. We're talking about how to overcome barriers in communication. But before we do that, let's do a temperature check. How many of you guys are in relationships and you feel like, yo, me and my partner could use this information? Right? Better communicator. And watch this. The information that we share, although it is relational based, is not just about romantic relationships, but it could be learning how to communicate better on your job, within your career, learning how to communicate better with your friends, with your family, just learning how to communicate better, period. All right, baby, let's go. Sure. Daphne said, yes, Lord, I need it. Shout out to Daphne, y'all. What's happening?
And honestly, I mean, I think it's something that you need, like, always. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because we can always learn a little bit more, be better communicators. Because, throughout life, things happen, right? So everything that happens, you got to learn how to communicate it, okay? Especially when life hits you and, it kind of sets you back. Sometimes we can, kind of miscommunicate or, come off wrong. Depending on how we feel. So it's good to just have this to go back on. So like my wife said, we'll be talking from our workbook, Love Beyond Labels. I do want y'all to know that I did fix me a cup of coffee before I came up here, okay? I even put some Vaseline up under my eyes. So, hopefully y'all won't, see the bags. Because I read that Vaseline, I've been on this Vaseline thing, right? So, we get old. My baby got Parkinson's.
I'm not getting Vaseline. Old. I'm getting better. He like, getting old by himself. I just decided to get a partial because my dentist was like, yo, I'll do it for you. And I'm like, yo, let's get it done. So I'm not getting old. I'm getting better. I don't know stuff.
Well, it helps me be better because I look damn good. Okay? So, yeah. But anyway, so we're going to be reading from this workbook.
We definitely not going to be reading from it because that's boring. So let me kick us off. So let's say this. No, keep the book, babe. Go to wherever you're going to go to. So I'll say this. One thing to keep in mind when it comes to communication, guys, and I say this all the time. Keep in mind that there are different methods of communication. Somebody type in the comments the word methods. Methods, METHOD, man, right? Methods. There are different methods. So you have verbal communication, you have nonverbal communication, right? So just keep in mind, you have to be able to discern which method of communication. What's up, Trinity? Which method of communication? I see you, Empress Kicks. What's up, new body 458? What up? So there are different. You got to ask yourself which method of communication is best for this conversation. Come on, which method of communication is best for this conversation? Meaning, if there's something serious, y'all, texting was not designed to have long conversations, right? So we got to stop. And I used to be so guilty of it. Like, honey, we could be in a heated discussion. Honey, and LaShawn got to leave and go to work. Honey, I'm going to text the rest of what I had to say. And I had to stop doing that because it did. First of all, tone cannot be discerned in a text. Right? 9 times out of 10, I'm going on and on because I got that Erykah Badu spirit. I'm going on and on. He only going to respond to the last thing I said. So we still not going to get anywhere. So when you are having conversations, ask yourself, what's the best method? Some conversations might need to take place face to face. Some conversations can take place over the phone. Some conversations you might feel that you best express yourself via writing a letter. You get what I'm saying? So keep that in mind that there are different methods of communications. All right? Carla, I'm going through menopause and me and my husband don't speak and fussing, he's arguing. Yeah, that's usually a breakdown in communication. When there are constant arguments, right? That's needs aren't being met. But instead of us communicating what it is that we need, what we do, baby, we throw tantrums. Right? We throw tantrums. And so now we tick for tat. And that's not going to get you what it is that you want. All right? I'm trying to learn not to be so defensive when my wife speaks to me. Yeah, you got to remember, like, your partner is your person. Right? You want to talk about that, babe?
Yeah. Well, your partner is supposed to be your person. Right? because I mean I say that because a lot of times I mean we've had people, couples, or just people period, right? You meet somebody, automatically that's your person, right? So with that, you got to make sure that that is your person, right? And when trying to come to terms with that, that is understanding like different things, like do y'all mesh well together? Do y'all kind of bounce off of each other? And just learning how to be like vulnerable, because if that is your person, you got to open up, you got to be vulnerable, because that is one of the things, like even what we're talking about tonight, like communication barriers, right? Vulnerability, the fear of being vulnerable, that's a huge communication barrier when it comes to relationships. And when you dealing with your person, when you're with your person, if they don't know the deepest parts of you, then how can they know what it is that you need when you're going through certain things? You know what I'm saying? So just, when you are sure that that's your person, then be willing to do the work to, understand one another, try to break those communication barriers so that you can get to a place of understanding, and becoming one. Because it's a lot. Like, I mean, I know they say relationship is work.
And it is. I think it is right? Work. It's what you make it.
It's work, but it's also rewarding too.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're with your person, okay? If you're not with your person, then it's going to feel like it's work year after year after year after year.
Can I say something to that? Mm-hmm. Sometimes, watch this. Y'all remember late great Bishop Eddie Long? Watch this. Right? So sometimes there's a great amount of work to be done, and in the process of doing that work, your mind can have you second guessing if this is your person.
That's true.
You understand? The people that you have seen being married 30, 40, 50 years, if you can see it at all, but it's happening. Those people had to do work to create that type of synergy and alignment. Like when I think about one of my spiritual mentors, Joyce Meyer, her and Dave been married 60 plus years. You get what I'm saying? And they didn't get where they are today by just it being easy. They had to do some work because and so I just wanted to say that part is sometimes there's a lot of work that needs to be done, because becoming one or being in a relationship, because relationships are a mirror. You gonna see yourself in that relationship. You gonna have to meet yourself. Listen, Simply Unique 54 said, absolutely, I've been married for 34 years. It takes time. Some of y'all, you trying to create something with a person, but you ain't gave it enough time. You like, I'm done. We gonna just walk away. Well, the same, whatever you don't resolve in this relationship, you gonna see it again in the next one. So you still gotta make sure that you're doing the necessary work, but it's also about perspective. Making sure you're not comparing your relationship to nobody else's relationship, not even us. Like, don't compare your relationship to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't see us in real life. We have moments. We're human. We're two different people walking together. Sean is on his unique journey. I'm on my unique journey. And we having to come together. There are some days, listen, when you single, you can have time to yourself and do all of that. When you married, you have to consider that other person. That other person has to consider you. So keep that in mind. So don't let your mind make, sometimes just because it's a lot of work that needs to be done, that doesn't mean that's not your person. So keep that. Did that help anybody? Keep that in mind. Just because it's like me and Sean had to do and still doing a lot of work. We used to be very, very toxic. And whatever you used to be, you have the ability to go back to doing, to go back to being, right? But then you have to make that decision that says, nah, we're going to do this together. Because a healthy me equals a healthy we. Siobhan said I needed that. Even if it was just for Siobhan. New Body 456. I got you. We talked about these names for y'all on these platforms. I love you, New Body. Body, yada, 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 yada. So if we miss y'all comments, just put them back on the screen. So you wanted to get into, can we, before we go to the work, you want to say something? Go ahead.
So even with when y'all, like I was thinking about this earlier because I was gonna do a video about it, like when it comes to marriage,
What's
right?
that?
And even my wife talking about how it's a lot of work. Relationships are a lot of work, and marriage, right? And I do believe, this is just my opinion, I believe at some point all marriages die, right? We decide if we want to give it breath again, breathe back into it, or because that's the reason why so many people like that go through divorces, because they got to that place in that marriage where it was no more air, right? And they decided to just give up, to walk away, to not work, put in the work or whatever, right? Then you have that set of people that have been together 30 years, 30 plus years, where they made that decision. Because every marriage, I don't care what you say, at some point in that marriage, you reach a crossroad where it's okay. What are we doing? One or the other may feel stuck or whatever, right? So you have to make that decision. If we're gonna work it out, we're gonna figure it out, we're gonna bring it back, we're gonna reconnect with each other, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, turn it around. And I think that second breath to a marriage, I think that is when people experience their best years, right? I really do believe that, because once you get past that hump, that's just like when you're working a job, you're doing the same thing for years and years, and you find yourself getting burnt out, and you're at a place where you like, what do I do next? Okay. But then you rediscover yourself and you find love into that thing again, and it pushes you forward. Kind of like what my wife just recently went through, right? Like that breath, that fresher breath air, that second breath. So it's just making that decision. And then we have some people that have been married for years that is still in a dead marriage. They have just settled. I'm just here. I'm just comfortable. I don't want to start over. We're just here. Okay? That is what I grew up around. Some marriages, right? Where it was just really nothing there. So it is about getting past that hump. And that's like one of the important things when it comes to what we're talking about tonight, like communication barriers, right? That try to help couples get past those challenging moments, or those times where you feel like you're not understanding each other, you're not getting through to each other. Like, how can we connect? How can we get to this place of resolving whatever it is that we're going through or what we're dealing with, where I can feel heard, where you can feel heard, and we can meet somewhere in the middle, and both of us can be happy.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm with you now, because at first I was like, what? So I would say it a different way. I would say every marriage or relationships experience dry seasons. Y'all see what communication? Like you and your partner may use different language, but you gotta be willing to understand what each other is saying. When we come on these live, we don't know what the other person gonna say. Like Sean and I are very different.
Ever agree.
Yeah, like we are very, very different, and it's crazy because I was talking to my manager about this today. It was like, because she's been married to her husband going on 30 years, so we talk about marriage and all of that, and she's like, girl, we are very different. I'm like, me and Sean are very different too. She was like, but it works, and I was like, yeah, it does. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree that. And we see all y'all questions. You just gonna have to put them back up there again. Y'all know we gotta finish our thought. Then we're gonna get to Q&A. So don't get frustrated. Stay there. We coming. But I do believe that every relationship experiences dry spells, dry seasons, right? And that's because relationships go in cycles. When you first get together, you in that honeymoon phase, right? But it don't stay there. Then life begins to happen. Of course, it's all fun and games when you ain't sharing no bills and responsibilities. There's no accountability. Ain't nobody checking you. And then I saw some of the comments where y'all are like, well, how do you know if that's your person, right? Now, I know Sean has a lot to say about that, so I'm going to turn it over to him in a second. But I would say if how you know your person is, for me, I'm big on alignment. Like, does it align? Not just today, not just tomorrow, but 5, 10, 20 years from now. And I think sometimes we get into these relationships and we're thinking about instant gratification and we're not thinking about the longevity of. You're looking at who this person is right now, what they have right now, where they are right now, but you're not thinking 10 years from now, right? And so when you have someone who aligns with your values, with your beliefs, with like Sean and I are very different, but the things that matter, we are aligned. You see what I'm saying? Like, he can have his opinion. I can. Sean is a debater. He will debate all day. That's not my cup of tea. I'm really not into that, but that's his thing. But the things that matter, we both are big on God being at the center. You know, faith-based, that being a thing. So, for me, and there's so many ways I can answer that question, knowing that that's your person. I think, if I can say it this way, I think, too, that sometimes we can overanalyze the language of my person, because when Sean and I first got together, we didn't know we was each other's person. We didn't know that. We did not know that we was each other's person. It took time and for us to experience certain things when we realized like, when I realized like, I really don't want to live without this person. This is how him going through a transition, I'm like, no, it's not the easiest, but I genuinely love you. You know what I mean? And I believe that over time, love can be tested. Yes, Miss Lady G. Oh, we tend to overanalyze. Sometimes you could be in a relationship and you can't even enjoy it because you overthinking, right? You overthinking like, is this my person? Is this my person? We gonna be together forever? Are we gonna? Oh my God! Like, relax and enjoy the journey. Somebody type enjoy the journey, right? What would you say to that, babe?
So,
what's happening with facial expressions?
Like, when it comes to, might be the coffee. I only drink it in the morning, so.
Enjoy the journey.
Little hype here. I'm sweating up under this sweater. So, I
enjoy the journey.
Look like I'm shining or something. Yeah, I think it's the Vaseline.
I see y'all enjoy the journey. Yes.
All right. So, when it comes to your person, right? Okay. Let me explain this, because I have been doing a lot of thinking, right? Just, trying to, study more, understand more about relationships and the dynamics and how they work. Or you gonna be pulling that thing in and out.
I ain't used to it yet. Go ahead, just don't mind me, y'all.
Okay,
I just took my potato. What's this called? My partial. I just took it out.
About to remind me of my grandma who be on the highway at the stoplight. And she
enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Come on.
So, this thing when it comes to your person, right? Maybe for that moment, that is your person. That is why I say, like, when my wife is like, how you overthink and we, we're thinking like, okay, is this my person forever? Is this my person till, the day I die?
I see where you're going.
Right.
Could be your person for that season.
It may be your person for this season. So, enjoy it, right? Let it flow. Like, just, everything is not forever. Okay? Like, that person may be that person to help you get to that next level. That person may be that person to show you what love is like. That person may be that person to help you experience love. That person may be that person to help you find yourself. You know what I'm saying? But they might not be that person that you are meant to be with in the end. You know what I'm saying? So just enjoy, like my wife said, enjoy the journey. Right?
I think, and you know what that made, I don't know if did you think about your own personal journey with that?
My journey and just thinking, like, about relationships and just all of, like, the pressure that is being put on relationships and marriage and, this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think, I know when we have these conversations, like, y'all know, the goal is to raise our consciousness, right? To raise our level of consciousness, raise our level of thinking. So when I think about it, I'm thinking, like, with what he just said, I'm thinking about along the... Yeah, it bothered me. I just got it. Y'all, we're not going to talk about my partial the whole time, even though I keep taking it out of my mouth. Yeah. So I think about, like, for example, people whose spouses have passed on, or for whatever reason the relationship didn't work out and then they're married to somebody else, right? Nobody gets married with the intention to divorce. Nobody. Right. You think that that's your person. So I think what happens is we become subject to societal pressures, and we take on the language, like now is my person. Like when y'all first learned about a narcissist, now everybody is a narcissist. You learned about gaslighting, everybody's gaslighting. But those things can also be applied to you. Make sure you're not being narcissistic. Make
now
sure
it's high functioning, low function.
High functioning, low function. Then one time it was high vibrational, low vibrational. Right. It's like we just run on every trend. But the thing is, no one, like for those of you that are here and maybe you're on your second time around or your third time around, for whatever reason, right? When you initially got married, you don't think that you're not going to do life with this person. You know what I mean? So I believe that, and I think to further bring the point home that Sean was making, or to elaborate on that point, is take all of that pressure off of yourself and simply be. That's why we wrote the workbook called Love Beyond Labels. That means you define your relationship. You get to determine what works. Y'all see that? Determine. What? I can't talk with these things. You get to determine what works for your relationship, what doesn't work for you. And when it comes to, like, just think about, this is a new term. If you know anything about me, I'm always about alignment. You know, with me, there's been times where Sean and I have had heated fellowship in our journey. I don't like to call them arguments. I just call it a heated fellowship. And I'll be like, we are not aligned. Like, we need to get, and he can't stand when I say we are not aligned. I'm like, we not. We need to get aligned. Like, I understand we different, but we gotta be aligned. Like, let me tell y'all something. Ooh, he gonna get me. I
wanted chicken, she wanted fish. We are not aligned.
We're gonna go deeper than that. We're gonna go to this election.
What? I don't care.
Let me tell y'all. So with the election, like this, I was dead serious, right? So we went to go vote. We've been together 9 years, and this is our first time going to vote together last year. And so Sean, you know, he like Candace Owens. He think Trump is hilarious, and I'm like, okay, I get it. But, like, we need to be on one accord in this house. Like, are we Team Kamala? Like, what are we doing? He's like, babe, I don't really know. Like, and I'm not big on politics, right? I'm just like, whatever liar sounds the best. Because all politics lie. We know that, right? So, anyway, we inside the place. Like, the place where you go to vote, right? Y'all listening? We inside, you love that heated fellowship. Yeah, you got to change your language. Stop putting certain language into your relationship, and then certain things can't circulate. Bars. So we inside the place, and it's two black ladies. Like, I got a black lady that's checking me, and Sean got a black lady. They're older black women, right? So I'm sitting there looking like, this is for real. And I'm looking at him like, I promise you better not vote for Trump. Like I said.
Like, she was serious.
And then women was like, one of the ladies was like, I know that's right. I said, I'm serious. And then the other lady was like, well, that's his choice. I said, first of all, that ain't his choice. We married. I'm not playing. I can't have my own choice. We gonna be aligned. Like, I'm not playing. I'm not about to be with nobody that voted for Trump. I'm sorry. I can't. Y'all wanted to know if anything could have caused us to break up. I don't know. We might have separated for a couple of days. I cannot. Really? Yeah, I'm for real. That was for real for me. That was serious.
You still with me?
You told me you voted for Kamala. Who you vote? So anyway, so we sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just leave it in the Lord's hands, right? I said, if you voted for Trump, just don't tell me what would be your reason to vote for him respectfully. Don't look at Sean differently, y'all. He don't know no better. Don't look at him no differently.
That green.
Don't make it worse. Just don't say nothing. I got you. Just let me finish telling the story. So anyway, so he goes to the poll. He at the thing. He at the booth. I'm at the booth. You know you ain't supposed to look at each other. I'm looking at, nigga, I promise you ain't get no pussy for like 30 days. I promise you, do not play with me. You better not vote for Trump. So anyway, we get done, whatever. So we get in the car, and I'm like, okay, baby.
We married. For one, we married. So 30 days is like 2 days.
Listen, we got friends. Y'all listen to me. We got in that car. Y'all blow this up. Y'all share this. People need to be in here having a ball with us because we a vibe. Y'all already know it. Share with your friends. Tell them, come on over to the Lawrence Light side. So, I'm like, babe, for real. For real. He like, nah, babe, I voted for Kamala. I said, whew, because I thought I was going to have to go down to the courthouse, honey, because...
What? Y'all to stop. Really?
But let me say this. One of the things that I do love about Sean is he introduces me to things or expounds on topics in a way where initially I'd be like, I don't know, where you going with this? Because he might not say it the way I would say it, or I might not say something the way he would say it. But then once I translate it in my own language, like for example, with Candace Owens, I'm like, how do you like, what's up, Gifted T? Much love back to you. How do you like Candace Owens? He's like, babe, just listen to it one day. And apart from the highlighted reels, now she is, I'm like, he took it upon his, like he clicked the follow button, like he go watch, like I'm not that's not my thing. I'm not about to click the follow button because I still can't get over what she said about Floyd. But then when I started thinking, come on y'all, remember we raising our level of consciousness. We still talking about breaking the barriers in communication because some of y'all, you and your partner, y'all are different, but y'all align, but y'all are different. So when she said what she said about George Floyd and brought all that up, it took me back to the situation when Kobe died. My mind, this is from my partner because I ain't into none of that. I'm like, no, we ain't doing none of that, whatever. But she was calling out who he, what Floyd had done to a particular woman or allegedly da. She's like, to her, he got what he deserved, whatever. Took me back to the Kobe situation when he passed away. How some people went all the way back to the RAPE that he got off on. You get what I'm saying? So it just causes the things that he say, even though I'm not about to go and listen to Candace Owens, I listen to what he say and I'll be like, I'll try to find something to relate it to and be like, okay, I can see that. I don't agree, but I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So even we're talking about breaking or overcoming community. Y'all ought to see our dogs. Like, they are just laid out at our feet. Like, they got full-time jobs. These niggas don't work nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We see that a lot. Like, y'all think Sean look like Luda? Y'all think so?
I'm light-skinned, got full lips. That's all.
Y'all think so? So... when it comes to, because here's the deal, we can come up here and give y'all all these bullet points, and we want to give it to you conversation style, right? And watch this. I saw a lot of y'all comments. I'm about to ask you to put your questions back on the screen, but depending, like let's say if you in a hard season, I saw somebody put they just completed year 1 with their partner, and last year was hard. So it's important when you're in a relationship to understand what season are you in. Are you in a season of, it's just like spiritually, are you in a season of sowing or are you in a season of reaping? Are you in a season of rebuilding? Are you in a season of endurance? Are you in a season of perseverance? Are you in a season of building? I said rebuilding before, building. Are you in what's the season that you're in? I believe that we have to become strategists of our lives, y'all. You are strategist on your job. You are strategist when it comes to them kids. You got to become a strategist when it comes to your relationship. And I get it. Love will make you do some crazy things. However, right, when you understand the season that you're in, knowing your seasons, yes, K. Marie, you got to know the season that you're in, and that makes it more durable. Right? Because you're like, okay, like the song say, trouble don't last always. We ain't gonna be here always. But when you have someone that's willing to endure that season with you, that's a blessing. But we gotta stop being so quick to just walk away or run away. Y'all talking to I'm a runner in recovery. Okay? Because that was my ish. Oh, this is too much, I'm out. I can't, this is a lot, I'm out. And it just became, you keep running. You can change your zip code, you can change your area code, but you still can't get away from you. No matter where I went, I left the whole country one time trying to, because y'all remember when I couldn't reconcile my faith and my sexuality, spirituality, that whole thing. I left the whole country talked to Sean every day on the phone while I was there.
Waste of money. And then I had to pay for her to come back early. So I'm like, I'm spending my money after you done chose to leave me. But I did it. I sure did. I sent the money. I said, come on back early. Get that early flight, honey. Come on home. But, yeah. I think I would.
And let me tell y'all something else. Like,
Yep, to some.
How can I put this? Y'all know I'm a straight shooter, but I'm trying to get some sugar.
Get some sugar, honey. Find that sugar here. Want some sugar out of here?
How can I say this?
You scare me. I don't know what you about to say.
Okay, maybe it sound better coming from you. So, like, let me tell you what I was thinking about. So earlier when you was talking about how that may be your person for that season because that person may be preparing you, And I know the conversations we've had. I thought about your previous relationship. Like, that was you was in a 20-year off and on relationship, but that's not the person you ended up with.
Right. Yeah. We can talk about.
Go ahead. Okay.
I just knew. I thought 2025 we won't talk about nobody else no more.
Oh, that doesn't bother me when it's in context. So communication. Okay. So that doesn't bother me when I bring it up. How about that?
That ain't fair. Well, okay. So, see?
When I bring it up, it's good. It's all right.
There was a communication barrier. I didn't know that part.
Somebody said we all grown. No. I was more so thinking of how to say it to be respectful to him versus, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, y'all. How real can we be tonight? Because we got to grow up, right? Just because he's not with his ex anymore, that does not mean I want him to hate her. Huh? Y'all be getting mad like, no, that's the what you worried about? When you doing what you supposed to do, grown people gonna do what grown people supposed to do. And whether that's in alignment with you or not, y'all can't control people. So stop being stressed out. We both have people that we care for. Now, I don't have anybody that I love on the level that I love LaShawn, but we both had a lived life and had experiences before we got together. Mm-hmm. So we gotta be willing to, and since that the person that I was dating or seeing when we crossed paths, she passed away. Mm-hmm. So there was a grieving process. We weren't together, but she wasn't a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is a thing called boundaries. We set boundaries. But there's been times where we'll talk about his ex. And I'll be like, babe, reach out to her. Check on her and see how she doing. And that's his choice if he choose to reach out, to not reach out. Because at the end of the day, I no longer am stressing about nothing. Do y'all hear me? Like, nothing. You know what you got. I know what we got. I know what we building. If you choose to cross a boundary that's on you. You're going to have to live with that. If the relationship don't work, and I'm not just talking about, this is how you got to be. If this relationship don't work, it will never be because of me. Come on. So y'all got to stop wanting your partners to be mad at their exes. And then some of y'all got situations where kids are involved. Like, I seen more stud daddies than I ever seen in my life. Right? So it's like, y'all get mad with them. Y'all don't want them to see the kids no more. Like, we have got to grow up. Baby Cake 07. Yes, don't do too much with it now. Don't do too much with it now. Alright? Y'all understand? Alright. But go ahead and tell that.
Alright, yeah. So, like I was talking earlier, like your person. And sometimes it's your person for that season, right? So, if we, speak on my personal, situation. Prior to me meeting my wife, I was in a relationship on and off for like 20 years with this person that I thought was like my person forever. Like to the point where I was like, I couldn't, like, in my mind, I felt like I would always need them, right? Some type of way. It was almost like a baby cutting that cord, right? I could not cut that cord. So it was rough. And because it was programmed in my mind that was my person, or I will always need them, they will always have to be in my life for whatever reason, it kind of caused problems in our relationship because it was really hard for me to move forward and, cut that cord because I was still kind of like holding on, not so much of the relationship, but just holding on to have that person in my life because I had felt like I couldn't survive. And a lot of it come from too, because we got to be careful about what we hear, like what people tell us. Because the whole while in that relationship, my family, especially my family, you need this person, this and that, they take care of you, they this, that, and the third, and the other, so it was programmed that I could not live without them, even friends would say stuff, and so be careful of the things that are in your ear, okay, especially if you are not getting fulfilled in that relationship, or there are things that you're missing out and you find yourself in it just for the comfort of it because you know that this person gonna take care of you, but how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Because we can get caught up in that old time thinking like, nah, they treat me good, I'm gonna stay right here, but you ain't even feeling them like that. So you stand in this relationship because they treat you better than anyone else has ever treated you. But you ain't even in love with them. You ain't even feeling them like that. But you just want to hold on to it. Is that right? Right? Because now you're keeping them from finding their person. Someone who can give them the same love that they give you. Okay? So it was a lot, but yeah, that's just, an example of when we get into our head and feel like that person, our person, supposed to be our person forever.
You don't feel that way about me, do you?
Not yet.
What you mean not yet?
I mean, I'm saying, like, as of now, you are my person forever, right? Like, we married, so I ain't going nowhere.
Nigga, you said not yet.
I'm just fucking with you. See, I be messing with her sometimes. I should mess with her, though, because we're going to talk about it later. But what I'm saying... See,
that's another communication.
I just be playing with her. Okay. You will always... I wouldn't have married you.
You can stop. You can stop. So, we talking about breaking... This is a prime example. We talking about overcoming barriers and communication. Y'all, I'm serious as a heart attack right now. Sean know I'm serious. We are talking about overcoming barriers in relationship. I have communicated, this is real life. I've communicated with Sean 1,000 times. I play about a lot of things. Like, I will joke, I will clown. I don't play about my family. I don't play about my money. I don't play about my purpose. And you know damn well I don't play about you. So when he do them little jokes, that shit's not funny to me. I don't like it. So I'm going to say it publicly for him because I've said it privately. I don't like... Let me give y'all an example. This is using your I statements. Okay, this is a live demonstration because I'm borderline pissed off. Well, let's put the right emotion. Let's put the right emotion. That hurt my feelings. Okay? You ain't got to feel sorry for him. He's a great person. He a good person. He just play too much sometimes. So this is how it looks. He ain't in the doghouse. He good. We about to demonstrate this, right? So this is using your I statements. So when you make certain jokes about our relationship, I feel hurt.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You responded too quick.
I'm sorry.
Y'all see that? So
I apologize.
You see the vulnerability in that? Yeah, I don't like that. Because LaShawn is already a sarcastic person. So 90% of the time I'm wondering, like, was that a joke or was you serious? Or was you
But
know
I
what
always show her like different. Like one thing about it, I joke a lot.
I'm still human though.
But like on a day-to-day, my actions
doesn't matter.
She can never question anything.
Doesn't matter.
The way that I love her and show her.
That's not, you got to listen to me. One of the things we talk about in the workbook, we was talking about love languages. I think that was one of the things.
Yeah, yours is words.
So my wife over here agreeing with you. I feel you. Yeah, like we can joke about a lot of things, but because we've been through so much, and I get it. I know sarcasm is like Sean's. That's just a part of his personality, but it's just certain things I don't play with because I don't care if we lie. I told y'all We real people. I don't care if we live up here with y'all. I will shut TikTok, Instagram down and focus on my marriage if that is what needs to be done. We will not be like these other influencers, celebrities, these people who doing all this stuff to make a buck and then privately they miserable. Absolutely not. We're not gonna be like that. Absolutely not. So I'm saying like, yo, I don't like that because watch this. We in our own transition. So some of that shit started sounding a little familiar. I'm like, cause I had to ask him once, like, you know, the boys is after him. The boys. Tell the boys to leave you alone.
Yeah.
That ain't funny. That's his pissed off face. So that's what it looks like to demonstrate. Thank you for showing us something I have also experienced with joking behavior. Yeah, and a lot of times if we honest, y'all, because here's the deal, and I'm only talking about things that come up tonight. Like Sean is like, it don't matter what I say. Like he really feel this way. It don't matter what I say. It's how I treat you. Well, my love language is words of affirmation. So you can do 1,000 things, but if what you say is not affirming, if it's not loving, then all of those other things, they don't matter. Come on, right? Love languages. You wanted to get into love languages?
Yeah, so another thing that I want to say is, I don't know why she thinks she was going to be able to talk and I not say nothing.
I don't mind you speaking.
All right. So with that, let me help y'all understand me. Okay, understand Sean, okay, and Sean's history, right? So, Sean grew up not seeing marriages last forever, okay? Yeah. Sean also,
you're going to refer to yourself in third person the whole time?
Okay, I grew up not seeing, let me speak how she want me to, so I grew up not seeing marriages survive. Right? I grew up seeing people being married 10 years, divorce, right? I didn't see a successful marriage. And even the successful marriage that I thought I saw, it wasn't successful, okay? I was in a 20-year relationship. I thought that was my forever, right?
Okay.
Ended up, it wasn't, okay? So, do I still have some fears? Do I still have that thing where the possibility, you know what I'm saying, of her not wanting me one day? Because my wife is like a changer. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't like the living room look the same way. A certain, you know what I'm saying? Like, after a month, she got changing around. She like change.
But I've been with you for 9 years. I am the type
of person where I'm fine with living my same day in and out the same way. You know what I'm saying? But my baby likes change. So as she grows, as she changes, like right now she's in school, she's getting her degrees, and with her getting her degrees, she's like, you know, babe, well, you gonna go to school. So it's like,
I just asked you a question.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that thing too where I'm like, you know, what if I'm not enough for her one day? Okay? Since we're being transparent and she wanna say what she say. This is where I'm at. So that is why it's a form of protection, right?
It's defense. It's called defense. So I get it.
Yeah, it's a form of how I cope for the possibilities. Like we said, I mean, your person, she may be my person to me forever, right? But am I her person forever? Will she grow tired of me?
Aww.
You know, I am her first, her only relationship that she has had of some type of significance. You know what I'm saying? Like that lasted for a few years. Like I am the most serious relationship she's really ever had. So it's like, that's, you know, am I just, you know, experiment? Am I like that thing that show her love, to show her what true love looks like, and to help her get to her place, to get to her person. So it's those things too.
Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? So I want to validate. We showing y'all what this looks like. So I want to validate everything that you just said, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I get that, because your previous relationship, you were like, yo, I thought this was my person. Like, you asked her to marry, you thought that was going to be your person. And so now you're like, damn, am I? Because I know you think a lot about karma. Mm-hmm. Right? I know
I'm big on karma.
You think a lot, you've done a lot of things, and you think a lot about karma. Yep. I get it. And you're wondering if you are to me what she was to mm-hmm. you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Dead on.
I got you. I understand you more than you realize, and in front of everybody. Like, I've told you this in private, like, in front of everybody. Like, I don't play about you. Like, you don't have to allow that fear. I don't care nothing about no degree. I've been 13 years without it. You understand? Well, longer than that, but I'm talking about within my career, without it. This is just so that I can help people that may not be able to afford coaching, but they can get therapy. There is nobody that I want. Like, I was madly in love with Cherie. I'm madly in love with Sean. Is the process hard? Yes. It's not easy. But you being fine as hell really helps a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, I want you. Only you. Like, let's be real clear. You don't ever have to worry, ever have to second doubt. I said second doubt. Second guess. Sorry. We having a real, this is a real moment. Like, you don't ever have to, because y'all, for real, see, this is what vulnerability looks like in relationship. This is a real talk, a real marriage. This is a real topic. I know what his fears are. And what I'll start doing, and I'm committed to doing this, when you do that, whenever you are sarcastic, I now understand it's a defense mechanism. Yeah. Oh, my baby got tears in his eyes. Oh, this is a real moment. So, from now on, because you're going to do it again. I mean, it's just, it's a part of the process, right? The next time you do it, I will affirm you. I won't do what I did. I'll affirm you, because now I understand it's fear. I don't want nobody else with you. Ooh, I. Like, it doesn't matter that I ain't been with a whole lot of different people. I'm good. It's an adjustment, but I love you. It's an adjustment because it's something that we haven't seen. You get what I'm, yeah, because you crying. Mm-hmm. Little Rachel is like, hold on. Why? They protective over LaShawn.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he know I'm not playing. They talking about y'all got me crying. Cause this process, the dog, they can tell when he.
I'm okay.
Let me tell you, this process, like this journey that we've gone through, it hasn't been easy. It really, when I tell you, when I say relationships can be challenging, meaning it's gonna challenge every fiber of your being. I can't even talk. Like, I promise, I hope y'all appreciated this shit tonight, because this was a real moment. Like, it's shit like this, conversations like this, that would have sent us through the roof years ago.
Sorry, y'all.
But this is us in real, like, we ain't got time to be coming online playing. Like, real life, people are navigating some real shit. Like, don't nobody got time to be out here playing. You know what I'm saying? So, I now understand, like, you see that, y'all? You see how when you're vulnerable, they say don't be sorry, baby. When you're vulnerable, the defenses immediately go down. When you're vulnerable, it removes the defenses. You want to share how you're feeling right now? Go ahead.
I'm hot. I'm sweating.
That was a real moment.
Yeah. See, y'all, I want all y'all to know that y'all are very special, because I don't do that in front of people.
You know.
Okay. I don't do this in front of people, but I had to. because I didn't want her thinking what she was thinking initially. So I had to like clear it up to let her know, okay, let me just be vulnerable because I don't want her thinking what she's thinking from what I said. So I had to be vulnerable, open up, and be transparent. And that's one thing with relationships, because we would say things, right? And our person would take it another way, but because we refuse to be vulnerable and be honest about why we say what we've said, be letting them know that it come from fear, we letting them think what they want to think, and nothing gets resolved, right? So you're still walking around with this fear in your heart. You still walking around not getting out what you truly felt and what you truly fear. You would rather have them think, okay, because you said something sarcastic, and now they thinking that you don't take them serious, or you're not feeling them a certain way because of your sarcasm, when it was really just fear. Yeah. Right? So then they're going to start moving accordingly because of that sarcastic remark. They're going to start moving accordingly when you really didn't even mean it like that. So I'm telling you, I mean, it's a lot, you know, especially with me, because I've struggled for so many years with being vulnerable. Sarcasm, man.
SHON.
At work. That, I mean, you know, they still, I got it bad still at work, okay? That's, you know, one of my nicknames, okay? But I really work on it as far as, like, home, and I still do it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's still hard sometimes. Like, it's hard. You know, when we talk about communication and opening up and being vulnerable, it is hard. It depending on your upbringing, it's hard, baby. That open up. And in relationships, there's always, most of the time, there's one person that is really good at being vulnerable, right? And then there's that other person that's not. So the person that's not being vulnerable, in our mind, we're like, oh my God, you're just so sensitive, right?
Yep.
But in reality, they're just more in tune to their feelings and don't have a problem expressing their feelings. We, on the other hand, for whatever reason, for whatever, you know, trauma or trigger or anything that we experience in our childhood to mute us, because I just learned this, spoke to my therapist the other day, and she mentioned the word mute, right? And I couldn't even believe that she still remember I had said that, okay? So we go on and we don't speak how we feel because we were muted at a young age. So we take it as, depending on the family that we grew up in, when somebody expressing their feelings, oh, they sensitive, or they this and that. Nah, they just speaking how they feel. I grew up around y'all knuckleheads and y'all just ain't saying nothing about how y'all feel, when all of y'all hurting on the inside, because this why y'all act the way that y'all act. And here I am, I can't even speak how I feel because I done brought all this shit with me. So it takes a long time, but feed off of your partner, the one that opens up, the one that is being vulnerable. Feed off of it and allow yourself to open up. It's okay, because you can't get what you want if you do not be vulnerable. So you're going to go from relationship to relationship to relationship, still not getting all that you want because you are not being vulnerable. Okay? You do not got to be hard. You do not got to be hard. It is okay. Okay? I don't know where we get this thing from, where if you a stud, you got to be hard. If you a man, you got to be hard. No, the fuck you don't. Okay? No, you don't. Express how you feel.
He dead serious too right now.
Like, express how you feel. It's too many people that are depressed, that are hurting themselves and the whole nine, because they trying to be tough. They holding everything in. They don't want to express how they feel. And then next thing you know, they off themselves because they done held and carried all of this stuff because they can't let it out. No, when you find your person, that person that you feel loves you, only want to see the best for you, open up to them, man. You ain't got to carry all this stuff yourself. Because that shit get heavy, okay? Like, shit get heavy. Okay, I for a long time I want nothing but a $1.05, and I was trying to carry all this stuff. Okay, thank God I gained some weight, but yeah, it gets heavy. And then you end up getting frustrated. You end up getting irritated. You end up snapping at people for no reason. And a lot of times, guess who that person is? The one that you in the house with. Cause all these other mother suckers.
Tell
well, I say mother suckers.
You can go, but the name stays home. The name stays for me.
You know, messed you up. But nah, man, like, be vulnerable. I know, you know, I ain't read nothing from this workbook tonight.
We were supposed to. Powerful though.
What happened was supposed to happen, right? What happened was supposed to happen.
We had Q&A on Thursday.
One thing about us, one
us.
thing that I love about my wife is not like a textbook coach. She's not a textbook speaker. She is the type where, like I tell the dogs, she read the room. Okay? The vibe that is in the room, and she goes with whatever the Lord tell her to go with. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who you may bless, who you may, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay, right? We'll get to that another night.
No, it's all good. I think we shared a lot, and that was a great. I'm not even gonna come behind that because that was powerful. Give me some high five. I'm so proud of you. Give me a kiss.
That was a fake kiss.
That wasn't a fake kiss. Give me a kiss.
Switching it up. You kissing like white folks. Let me stop for TikTok. Say we are restricted.
So that was a great stopping place. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of the questions. Did y'all enjoy tonight? Like this, I think we talked about how to overcome communication barriers, and in our mind we thought we was gonna discuss it, and God was like, "Nah, I want y'all to demonstrate it."
Yeah,
that's all I got, right? Because everything he just said was so powerful. We'll be back Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Q&A. So all your questions, come back. Set your alarm. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here. God, baby, tell them about the workbook real quick.
Yep.
So y'all make sure you go get your copy. Go ahead and order it. We got a new shipment coming because we sold out. But we got more coming. So go ahead and get your orders in.
Make sure you put your order in. All right, to get this workbook.
Link it
sign it. You know what I'm saying?
Those are our notes on the side.
Yeah, these are just our notes and things like that. I mean, it's tools that we still have to use. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's so important to have this workbook. Because anytime you need to reference back to something, or you not, okay, babe, I can't remember what it was we supposed to do when we're in this situation, you got your workbook. You know what I'm saying?
Tools and your toolkit.
The tools, and y'all can work through it together. Like, and it's so many, like, understanding each other attachment styles, your love language. And believe it or not, both of those things change, right? Depending on where you are in life. Your attachment style may change depending on where you are in life. So whereas your partner may think you're avoidant, you might not be avoidant no more. You might be anxious, you know? So it's really good to read, get to know each other all over again, and just deepen that relationship, man. Like, if you missing out on intimacy, hey, this got you, right? Communicate your way right onto the bedroom. Like, this right here, it's amazing. Like, it's so much, right? Just, look, this book right here, y'all see the words on the back? You can't see it, but fight for your relationship.
That's right? What it's saying right
this
there.
This is the time to fight for your relationship, because we see so much online with people walking away from their marriage, walking away from their relationships to the point where it is okay. Like, you know, we in this cancel culture. Like, you know, okay, I ain't getting what I want, I'm out, you know, going on to the next person. Man, you're going to be doing that till you about 80. You're going to get tired. You're going to get tired, okay? So just with one relationship, try to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's worth it, especially if you love this person. Y'all love each other, man. Like, it's worth doing the work just to see if it can work out. And if it don't, that's fine. That wasn't your person. But at least you got some tools for that next one. You know what I'm saying? To be more aware, to understand conflict, to know how to work through conflict. This is it, man. I'm telling you. Go to LawrenceLifeCoaching.com. LawrenceLifeCoaching.com, right? Or you can click the link in our bio. But get it, man. Get it. Like, you cannot beat it, okay? Like, this is like 2 combos at McDonald's. That's all it costs. 2 combos at McDonald's, okay?
That's a part of his marketing.
This will save your relationship.
Come on.
All right?
2 combos at McDonald's or
2
Chick-fil-A.
combos. Or even a half a tank of gas, okay? Take about 50 to then fill it up. Half a tank of gas, right? Okay?
And this workbook can carry you through the rest of this year.
Oh,
this
yeah.
resource.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to get ready to go because, y'all, we got to go in here and record this podcast. Y'all be blessed. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, Lawrence Life Coaching. Check out the new podcast episode from last week, and then a new one drops tomorrow. We thank y'all so much for rocking with us. May the Lord watch
Between me and thee. Good night, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Don't y'all be talking about my vulnerable moment. Okay? I better not see no clip because y'all know y'all be recording little snippets of stuff.
I think it was beautiful.
Nah, I'm just playing.
It was beautiful.
I'm just playing y'all something. I can cry.
Thank y'all so much.
I'm actually since I've been taking this medicine, I am shocked that I about cried right then because it is a struggle. So I feel good that I shedded a tear. And I started to wonder.
And y'all pray for me with these, what these things called? Partials. It's a struggle. I done took them out about 10 times with my in. And now I see why